So for today's lesson, we're actually going to go over trig derivatives. So the learning outcomes we've actually seen before in C1 and C2, but we're going to focus in particular on the trigonometric functions. So the learning, or the advice for achieving these learning outcomes is pretty extensive. However, everything on this first page is actually going to be used for our in-class activity. So we want to make sure that when we're in class working on our activity that we're going to reference this. So this is actually how to go in terms of proving or where these definitions or derivatives come from by using the definition of the derivative. We've also given you the sum difference identities, and you can see down here that when we get to our in-class activity we're going to need our special limits. The one thing I do want to highlight that's true all the time is in calculus all angles are in radians unless explicitly stated. If for some reason the angle is given in degrees, you would have to convert it into radians before you can actually plug anything into these derivatives. On the second page, we have some more advice, and this is what we're going to be using for our video exercises. So what we've given is we've given you the derivatives of the 6 trig functions, and like I said, in class we're actually going to derive these and figure out where this comes from. In all of our normal product, quotient, power rule, all of those things are going to apply. However, when we encounter a trig function, we're going to make sure that we use these in the appropriate place. Make sure that we remember down here, we saw this back in A2, the 6 trig functions and how to write them in terms of sine and cosine. For cotangent, that's 1 over tangent, right? So that's actually cosine theta over sine theta. So we may find that useful sometimes when we're working problems. All right, so we'll get started on the guided exercises in the next video.